So NVIDIA isn't done yet with their Turing line of graphics cards and would soon be offering the entry-level GeForce GTX 1650 graphics card. The GTX 1650 will be aimed at the budget PC gamers in the sub $200 US price point, which is to be considered the sweet spot for the gaming audiences. According to previous rumors, the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1650 series would be the last entry to the Turing-based GeForce graphics card lineup, and VideoCard states that the GeForce GTX 1650 will reportedly feature a TI and non-TI variant, and the card would be launching first with the non-TI GeForce GTX 1650, unlike previously where the TI launched first and you got the non one with the 1660. The card is being expected to launch on the 22nd of April, with the TI variant coming in sometime later. In previous leaks, we got a little hint of what the specifications of the GeForce GTX 1650 graphics card would look like. We know that the graphics card would feature 4GB of GDDR5 VRAM and would operate across a 128-bit wide bus interface at speeds of 8GB per second, or rather 2000 MHz effective clock speed. This would result in a total bandwidth of 128GB per second and would prove to be a good boost over the 112GB per second bandwidth of the GTX 1050 series graphics card. Also, when it comes to clock speeds, the card reportedly operates at 1395 MHz base and a 1560 MHz boost. Earlier, it was reported that the base clock of the GeForce GTX 1650 card would be around 1485, but that could very well be factory overclocked variants. And the card is also said to feature the TU117 GPU core, which is a chip we haven't seen before. And as far as the VRAM, we're looking at 4GB is a much welcome improvement over the 2GB of the GTX 1050. Because even back in the day when we were testing the 1050, we found it to be a pretty decent card, except it did run out of VRAM almost in every game that we tried. Prey did it really bad. Even Titanfall 2 ran out of VRAM. So something to consider there. When it comes to performance results, the card was listed over on the Final Fantasy 15 benchmark database and tested at 1080p resolution with high quality setting. I know, you guys know, that benchmark is about worthless, but it's what we have to go on right now. The card scored a total of 3,803 points against the 3,728 points of the RX 570. Similarly, the card was close to the GTX 1063GB, which scored 3,901 points. Now, considering the price, the Radeon RX 570 4GB models are currently available as low as $130 US, and the GeForce GTX 1650 would be priced somewhere around $149 US, and the TI variant being slightly higher, but offering, well, performance on the same caliber as the RX 580 or better. And the TI variant also reportedly will be using GDDR6 memory over the GDDR5 memory of the non-TI variant. Now, it will be interesting to see how the card performs, especially when this would be a sub 100 watt parts with extremely efficient designs. AIB partners are already prepping up various custom models of the GTX 1650, so expect them to be available at launch. And if these performance numbers are accurate, which Final Fantasy 15 has never really been one of the benchmarks that I like, as it's really not indicative of typical performance, and the RX 570 4GB is pretty consistently stronger than the GTX 1063GB in my recent testing, and the GTX 1650 is up against a tough fight. Its biggest edge is going to be, well, power draw segment, and if they can release a version that doesn't require a power connector, as this is clearly again aimed for the sub 100 watt segment, then we might have another GTX 750 Ti moment. But if a 6-pin is needed, then you're likely going to have an 8-pin available, and the RX 570 is simply undeniable right now for the money. So let us know what you think about the GTX 1650, and could it mean a bloodbath in the most heavily shopped sub $200 market? This has been Keith with WCCF Tech TV. Make sure that you're subscribed and hit that notification bell so that we don't miss you guys in the next one.